Thokozani. Good day, everyone. Please welcome back. This is Gogo Mahaba again. I want us to do a reading. This is a general reading, meaning that some of the things will resonate with you, some may not. So for those which doesn't resonate with you, do not force them. Okay. Or those which does not work for you, just leave them like that. Okay. We're going to do a general reading, and the topic is ways to communicate with my ancestors. How does my ancestors want me to communicate with them? And the reason why. And if possible, the ancestors who is coming through. The ancestor who's coming through. I've done my cleansing. My space is cleansed. I've done my prayers. So we are all good to go. Okay, and before we start, let's welcome those who are new. You are very much welcomed, and you are at the right place at the right time. Okay, please remember to subscribe and like our page, hit the notification bell as well, so that you become notified whenever we upload a new video. Okay. Okay guys, I'm not going to read the cards. As you see that I have so many cards. What I'm gonna do, I'm going to read the first message for you guys, and then from then on turn to the next message. Okay. I don't know where are my glasses. Give me a moment, please. I don't want to turn off this. Okay guys, now let's continue. Let's continue. I'm sorry about that. Okay, as you can see, I have the Three of Swords here, and I also have the World here, meaning that this message that we are going to get out of these cards, 7 cards, out of these cards, this message, it comes from the universe. This is a message from the universe. Okay. So when I talk about the universe, I'm talking about creator of heaven and earth. I'm talking about our ancestors as well, and I'm talking about our spiritual guides. But this message here is about our ancestors, not our spiritual guides. Okay. So with the first message, what I'm getting here, I have the nature spirits. So these are the spiritual ancestors. This is a message from the spiritual ancestors. Spiritual ancestors are like ancestors of the waters. Yes. So with this message, another way that you can talk to your ancestors, the way that they want you to talk to them, is to sometimes you go to the rivers, to the sea or to the dam. Yes, or even an ocean. If you are able to go to an ocean, go there and then pray to them. You go there and then you talk to them. When you talk to them, you'll be using snuff and water. No, you don't have to use water because you are in the water already. So you're going to use only snuff. And then when you get there, and you also need to take a candle, maybe a white one, or you can have 2 candles, white and red. And if you feel like maybe you have a question for them, you can add the yellow one as well, so that your questions will be answered as well. And when you go there, also have something for your ancestors. You can have something for your ancestors, maybe in the form of a coin, a silver coin. Then you're going to give it to your ancestors. When you get there, you call upon your ancestors, all the ancestors. You don't have to specify that I'm calling only ancestors of the waters. No, you just call all the ancestors. You can use your surname, the clan names, whatever you're going to use. And you call both ancestors from both sides of the family, your mom's side and your father's side, depending if they were married or not. If they were not married, you're going to start with your mother's side. If they were married, you start with your father's side. And then after you call upon them, then you introduce yourself. You tell them your names and your parents' names. Okay, like I'll be like, my name is Koko Mahabo. I'm the daughter of and So this is how you're gonna do it, and then you give them the snuff so that they will enjoy. And then then if maybe you plan to enter inside the river or inside that water, make sure that you ask permission from them before you do that. But you can still go there and talk to them. Then thereafter, then you go back home. And if you go there, maybe if like you feel like also praying, you can start with prayer first. You can start with prayer first, because yes, you might find that amongst your ancestors, you also have what you call the Abalozi ancestors, who will always want prayer. So you'll always pray first, and then after the prayer, then you give them the snuff. But since here we're talking about the ancestors only, not the spiritual guides. So it means that here we are only going to talk about sniff and water. This is how we're going to talk. Well, this is what we're going to talk about. So this is some of the things which they want you to do. Go to the water, talk to them. And also, you'll also go close to the mountain, or to any mountain or any hill. You can go there and talk to them. But don't forget about that video that I posted, I think it was last month, which I told you guys about how to make preparation before going to the river. Don't go there if you know that you're not cleansed. Okay, make sure you're cleansed first before you go there. Or always when you go there, make sure that you are accompanied by a trained spiritual person. So what your ancestors are telling you to do, they say that they want you to honor your guides. They want you to honor your ancestors. You must believe in them. Because as long as you don't believe in them, obviously, even when you pray, those prayers won't be answered. You are doing nothing. So make sure that you acknowledge them. You allow them into your life. So, and then when you honor them, whatever you want in life, they will give it to you. They will give you protection. They will notify you, or maybe alert you whenever your enemies are plotting against you. If something is not right in your life, they will let you know. They will tell you that you need to take care of this and this and that. And one more other thing, your spiritual guides, your ancestors, during that time, they like to sing, to dance. We have ancestors of the waters, the Nzunza ancestors. We have what do we call them? The Kanyamba. We call them Mamurashwa in my language. So they like singing. Sometimes, yes, you can go there and then you start singing for them. They will be very, very pleased. So they will appreciate it if you sing for them, and sometimes you even dance. And if you maybe already you have some cloth, ancestor cloth, maybe you've already initiated, make sure that you take some of your cloth with you when you go to visit them. If you've not yet initiated, or maybe you don't have a spiritual gift, but you feel like going there and just to pray for your blessings, yes, you can still do that. But if you don't have a spiritual gift, I'm going to advise you that make sure that when you go there, you are accompanied by a trained spiritual person, so that you'll follow the rules and you won't make ancestors of the water angry, because they will take you. So when you get there, you can sing for them as well. It can be a church song, or it can be any type of song, ancestor songs. Sing for them, and you can even dance for them. And if maybe you have a drum, you can beat your drum as well. They will be very, very happy. Okay. Remember, the happier your ancestors, the more blessing you're going to receive, and the protection you're also going to receive. Okay. Meaning that you'll always be very powerful for your enemies. Your enemies will never ever defeat you, because your ancestors are always by your side. Okay, what your ancestors are telling you, that you are a very strong person, because during that time they used to be very, very strong. So what they want you to do, they want you to believe in yourself. The more you are having doubts about yourself or your life, is the more that it's like you don't trust in them. You don't trust in them at all. So they expect you to still be more powerful. And what they're saying to you, that make sure that your life is balanced. Your things are balanced. When you go there, make sure that at least you're protected as well. And you need to get connected to nature as well. This is what they want you to do. And they're also saying that you need to make sure that you take charge. You take charge. Like already they've told you that they were, very strong people, very important people during that time. They were respected, and therefore they expect the same from you. You must take charge. You must take charge. You must focus and make plans as well. Before you take any actions, please make sure that you make proper decisions. You must think before you take any action. So the main message for you guys is that when you talk to them, they also want you to come to the river and talk to them at the river. This is what they want. Okay, now I'm going to the second pile of cards, getting the second message. Remember the first one I told you that the message, it come from the ancestors of the river. Okay, so this time the message that I'm getting from you guys, it come from an ancestor. This ancestor, okay, like, okay, he governs over the river, he governs over the sky. So normally an ancestor like that will be the Nkanyamba ancestors, the what do you call Insipedi, Mamorashwa, because you'll find them in the water. And they can also they have the power to, to change, or to, yeah, they have the power to change the weather. They can work very good with the weather. If they want it to rain, if they want a storm to happen, it happens like that. When the Nkanyamba crosses the rivers, maybe it goes from one river to another, they will make sure that there'll be lots of clouds, and the clouds will turn very, very black. You know that now they are moving around, they're cruising around, and there will be a storm, very windy. It will always be like that. We know that when it crosses around, even wherever it is going to pass, there will be, the houses will fall, things like that. But you, as a spiritual person, you must not be scared of those things. You must not be scared of those things, because remember, they told you that you need to be strong. So what you can do whenever you see that a storm is coming, make sure that you say your prayers and you talk to them through sniff and water. You're going to ask them that, please, when you pass here, make it gentle. Don't be too harsh. Please protect our homes so that they don't fall. And you will see nothing bad will happen in your area, as long as you're going to pray, as long as you're going to talk to them. Okay, your ancestors, what they wanted to do, this is what they're saying to you. Why are they telling you to, when you talk to them, you can still go to the river, you can, do it anywhere, and maybe, in the forest, wherever you can go. This is because they're saying that sometimes doing this is going to help you a lot. So doing this is going to help you, nature is going to help you to fight your enemies. Because your enemies, how are they attacking you? They're using nature as well. They use traditional herbs or whatever they can use to attack you, and they're also using magic as well. But they say that you are very powerful than your enemies. So you need to start believing in yourself. You are the one who is in control. Okay. And they're saying that you need to, you can always talk to them in your heart, not loud, maybe just in your heart. And even if you're not going to use a sniff that time, anytime that you feel like talking to them or you feel like asking them a question, you can do it in your heart. This one, you'll normally do it if, like, you find that maybe you're at work, you don't want people to hear what you're saying, or maybe you are somewhere where there are lots of people and then you have a question, maybe you have some doubts about the situation or the environment that you're in, or some people that you're with, and then you can just ask them a question inside your heart, and they're going to respond to you intuitively. So they say that make sure that you need to listen to that intuition. So when they give you these messages, make sure that you respond as they are saying. What your ancestors are saying, that they say that you are very powerful. They're still repeating that. And one more other thing, like they've already told you that you need to, connect with nature. And animals, they fall under nature as well. Okay, remember, everything on earth was created by the universe. So even animals are created by the universe. Yes, sometimes your ancestors will come to you through animals. Yes, cats are spiritual animals. There are some birds which are spiritual animals. There are some lizards which are spiritual animals, including snakes as well. But yes, witches can manipulate that. They can send things like that to you. So normally, if something is happening, it can be in a dream, or you can see this thing, with your naked eyes. Your intuition will tell you if this is something to do with your ancestors or not. It will tell you. So you need to listen to that intuition again. Okay. Okay, they say that okay, like going to the river, going to the mountain, going to the forest is going to strengthen your psychic powers. It's gonna bring the light into your life. It will open your third eye chakra. And they're always saying that you need to be spontaneous, be adaptable to change. If there are any changes in your life, don't feel stressed or depressed, things like that. No, you need to be able to move with the flow. They say that there'll be too many changes in your life, so many beginnings, so many things happening. So as a spiritually gifted person, you are learning every day. Whether you've initiated 10 years ago or 20 years ago, you always receive messages from your ancestors in different ways. Yes, for now you might know that, okay, I have this type of ancestors, but you might not know some are still coming. So they will come in the dream, or through the vision, or through the intuition. They will tell you what they want from you. So make sure that you do exactly as they tell you. Okay. And one other thing, they're saying that whenever you go to talk to them, maybe at home or wherever you are going, make sure that the first thing that you do, you need to make sure that you clear your mind. You can clear your mind by means of meditation. You can clear your mind by means of breathing techniques. And with the meditation, it doesn't matter where you are. You can still do meditation even if you are sitting down on a chair. You can still do meditation even if you are lying on bed. It doesn't matter where you are. Even when you are standing up, you can still do that. So before you go and talk to them, make sure that you always meditate. Remember, the first thing you're going to do when you talk to them, you're going to do the cleansing first. And then secondly, you do the meditation. You're going to clear your mind. You clear your mind so that you'll be able to receive those messages from your spiritual guides. Okay, guys. Okay, the first message was that it was a message from the universe, and then they were telling you that you need to come to the river or to the waters from time to time to talk to them. And secondly, the message that is coming to you is the ancestor who rule over the water and the and the sky. Like I gave you an example of Nkanyamba. We call it Mamrashwa, yes. And Lumona, they told you that whenever you talk to them, make sure that you clear your mind, and then you do the cleansing first. And then they say that you can come anywhere, at the rivers, at the mountain, anywhere where there's nature, in the forest. And they say that they will also talk to you through animals as well. This is how they will talk to you, and this is how they want you to talk to them. Okay, now moving to the third pile of cards. I have the Ace of Staves and I have the Judgment. Okay, with these cards, the message that I'm getting here. Okay. Okay, now I'm getting the ancestor who were like our blood ancestors. I'm getting the blood ancestors. So your blood ancestors, they're also telling you about new beginnings, meaning that they will always come to you from time to time. Today they will come and say to you, talk to us like this. Tomorrow they'll be like, also do this, also do that. So whenever they come and talk to you, so let's make sure that you listen. For them, when you talk to them, you can talk to them anywhere, even at home, somewhere in your yard, even in your house, you can talk to them. So when you talk to them, you also give them sniff and water. And you can light a little bit, you can burn a little bit of pepper. Sometimes, yes, you can have your white candle on. Then you call upon them. Then you start talking to them. They will also guide you. Even if you don't have a spiritual gift, or you have a spiritual gift but you have not yet initiated, they also want you to wear a little bit of traditional things in you. This is what they want you to do, because whenever you're wearing those things, you are representing them. They prefer that when you walk around in your yard, don't wear your shoes, unless if maybe it is too cold, you're gonna catch cold, then it's fine. They will understand. But make sure that most of the time you walk around, you just walk around in your yard or in the house, not wearing you know, your slippers or your shoes. And sometimes you need to make sure that you play that music, the music with that fast rhythm, because this is how they used this represent the type of music that they used to dance for. You can sing as well, but when they say that when this music plays, make sure that you dance, you dance, you dance. You make them happy when you do that, and this is how you'll be connecting with them. And just by doing that dance, it also will open your chakras as well. The root chakra will also be open, because they are mostly connected to the root chakra. And yes, they're saying that yes, for those ones who doesn't talk to them, who doesn't acknowledge them, who call them by many names, demons, things like that, you need to know that what you're doing is not right. They don't like it. They don't like it at all. And therefore, one day you're going to answer for this. One day you leave this earth, but then your soul won't be able to cross over. When you start talking to them and acknowledging them on this earth, when your time is right to leave this earth, they will know that said that now you're coming, and they're going to make sure that they will come. You will meet them, and then they will take along, and they will take you along with, and then as you follow the light, and then you go into the other side where your spiritual guides and your guardian angels are staying happily. And as you'll be doing that, you'll also be preparing, as you'll be going through different dimensions. And then if you have to be reincarnated, yes, then you will come back. But then if you don't acknowledge them, especially if you have a spiritual gift, you are making a big mistake. You need to think about your soul. What's going to happen to your soul when you leave this earth? Will they come and meet you? Do you think that if they come, they will be happy to see you? I don't think so. So expect judgment. Okay. Okay. You are like a hunter. They used to be hunters during the time. So like them, you are a hunter. These are ancestors who ruled you. These are our blood ancestors. The ones who lived on this earth. The ones who lived on this very same land. The ones who used to go farming, hunting, and all those things. So they still expect you to be a hunter. They still expect you to do farming. Ancestors, you know what they like. Yes, you might not have a big yard where you can have some chickens, have some cows or whatever, any domestic animal, but make sure that in your yard at least you have some few flowers, flowers, things like that. They will be very happy. They will be very happy. And yes, taking that walk on the forest, it's a way of connecting to them. Even if it's just a walk, you're not going to talk to them in the forest. You talk to them at home is still okay. You just take a walk, connecting to nature. This is what they like. And this type of ancestors are the ones who appreciate things like exercises, yoga, and those things, because they want you to stay healthy. They want your chakras to be balanced and enhanced at all time. So the more you do this is the more that you are making them happy as well, and they become more active. When they come and talk to you, you will hear them, and you will understand what they're saying to you. Your ancestors are saying that you are the light. You are the light. And you are also the light of your ancestors. So, and you are also the light of other people. You might find that in your family, your ancestors, the reason why they chose you was because you are the one who's going to protect your family. You are the one who's going to protect their clan names. That's why you are the light. Wherever you are, everyone who's with you is protected. So for you to maintain this light, make sure that you talk to them. Here they're still telling me about nature. They're still telling me about nature. And they're still saying that you must go after your goals. Yes, your ancestors during that time, they lived in those times, the times of wars, too many wars, those things. They lived during that time. But they don't want you to be involved in any arguments, things like that. Remember when they were fighting during that time, they were fighting for for their nations, for their land. Because if they didn't take part in those fights, they were going to be conquered by other nations. So what they were doing, why they were doing that, they were trying to protect their lands. They were trying to protect their traditions, their clan names. Here, they're still saying that you must continue with the fight. So the fight that they're talking about is not a physical fight. This is a spiritual fight. Because here you'll be fighting with, anything negative, entities, witches who are attacking your family, who are attacking, your people. So it's you. You are their light. You are their light. It's you who must protect them. You didn't come on this earth by mistake. You came for a reason. And you were not given that family by mistake. You were given that family by reasons. What they're saying to you, they say, answer the call. They want you to answer your calling. For those who have a spiritual calling. For those who don't have a spiritual calling, they want you to acknowledge them. Yes, accept that ancestors are here. Ancestors are alive. Your ancestors, they come to you every day. They come and check on you at night when you're sleeping. They come and check around, in the yard. They come and check if the yard is clean. These people, have they cleaned the house? Is everything okay? These people, are they cleansing the house? Is it protected? Is it protected from witchcraft? These are the things that they come to check. And when they do that, they also bring blessings to us. So what they're saying is that continue talking to us. If you do have a spiritual calling, accept your calling. If you don't have a spiritual calling, still acknowledge your ancestors. It's not only people who have a spiritual calling who are allowed to talk to ancestors. Everyone can talk to their ancestors. Everyone. And for those who don't have a spiritual calling, I will advise you that at least if you talk to them once a week. So you make it a norm that, okay, every Saturday morning or every Sunday morning, very early in the morning, 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., I will wake up with my family. We will go outside at the appeasement space, and then we will talk to our ancestors. At least once a month or 2 times a month, we'll just buy, a chicken, and then we'll appease the ancestors with it, and then, we will ask for more blessings. And as we eat that meat, as we enjoy it, we will call upon our ancestors so that they can enjoy this meat with us. Okay. And yes, your ancestor, they wanted to give them something. They gave you that job. They gave you that family, that beautiful family. They gave you some things in your life. What I wanted to do, I wanted to check around the things that you have, the things that you've achieved. It doesn't matter if they are small or not. They want you to appreciate what they gave to you. If you don't show appreciation, then they will stop giving you, and they will take whatever they've given to you already. So as a person, they want you to appreciate what they always give to you. And yes, they gave you those blessings. They give you food every day. What do you give to them? That's why they're asking for that water to quench their thirst. That's why they're asking for that slave so that they can enjoy with the other ancestors that side. So make sure that, sometimes, I don't know how, maybe once a day, I don't know, it's up to you. Have a glass of water and give it to your spiritual guides. As you go and say your prayers with your candles on, have a glass of water there for them. Tell them to drink and enjoy it. So when you talk to the other ancestors where you're going to use leaf, also have a steel cup of water or a calabash with water. Give it to them. Sometimes when you eat that food, do you think of, just calling upon them? Tell them that I'm going to eat this food. Please bless the hands that prepared this food. Also, enjoy this food with me. Let's eat, my ancestors. Do you do that sometimes? Sometimes, month end, when you get paid, do you withdraw some money and show it to the ancestors and thank them? These are some of the things that you need to do, especially if you have a business. For your business to be blessed and to be able to grow, to bring you more money, make sure that sometimes, you withdraw, show the money to the ancestors. Buy them something, maybe a little bit of traditional beer and give it to them. Or just buy them something, maybe a tobacco or any cigarette and give it to them. They will appreciate. And don't forget to go to the cemetery sometimes, not all the time, even if you go there maybe twice a year or 3 times a year, just to go there and clean for them. Bring them some flowers. They like, the smell of flowers. Okay, they're saying that you must explore your creative side. You must explore your creative side. We know how our ancestor places used to be in those days, back in the days. We know what they used to do with cow dung, things like that. Yes, maybe where you're staying, you can't do those things. But yes, you can buy some paintings in your house. Nice paintings which show animals, domestic animals, or painting with animals which represent your ancestor clan. Do those things and they will appreciate. Thank you so much, guys. This is the third message which comes from the blood ancestors. The first two messages, they came from the spiritual ancestors. This one comes from the blood ancestors. And so, guys, I'm catching flu. So next time we're also going to do another video where we're going to talk about our spiritual guides, our prophetic ancestors, so that they will also tell us how they want us to talk to them. Thank you so much, guys. Have a lovely week. Togoza.